This is News Hour on Ifako Radio. Good morning, I'm Olanireti Ololade. The major headlines. Visa restriction. Federal government rejects United States claim on reciprocity. Okpebolo. Supreme Court verdict victory for Edo. NNPC refineries may never work again. Dangote. Corrupt politicians using crypto wallets to launder money. EFCC chair. Sports. Bundesliga. EA Sports. Okocha concludes 8-week training for Nigerian kids. Entertainment. Police summon Iyabo Ojo over alleged cyberbullying. Visa restriction. Federal government rejects United States claim on reciprocity. The federal government yesterday rejected the United States reciprocity reason for imposing visa restrictions on Nigerians. The presidency denied that Nigeria altered the issuance of 5-year multiple entry visas for US citizens, describing such claims as false and misleading. On Tuesday, the US Embassy in Abuja announced that with immediate effect, non-immigrant visas for Nigerians will only be valid for 3 months and a single entry. Previously, frequent travelers on visits or for tourism could be granted visas valid for up to 5 years. Also, Foreign Affairs Minister Ambassador Yusuf Tuga said the policy might be connected to Nigeria's resistance to accepting 300 prisoners from Venezuela. He said Nigeria would not bow to pressure to accept the prisoners. Okpebolo. Supreme Court verdict victory for Edo. Jubilation erupted in Benin City, the Edo state capital, following yesterday's verdict of the Supreme Court, which affirmed the victory of Governor Monday Okpebolo in the September 21, 2024 election. The governor described the outcome as a victory for citizens of the state. He said, the verdict brought to a close all legal contestations arising from the election. Candidates of the People's Democratic Party, Asue Ighodalo, who lost at all 3 levels, Tribunal, Court of Appeal, and finally at the Supreme Court, and former Governor Godwin Obaseki rejected the judgment but said there was nothing else to do. NNPC refineries may never work again. Dangote. The president of the Dangote Group, Alhaji Aliko Dangote, has touted the possibility of the state-owned Port Harcourt, Warri, and Kaduna refineries functioning again. Dangote also stated that refineries which are under the management of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited had gulped up to $18 billion yet have refused to work. The billionaire businessman spoke on Thursday while hosting members of the Global CEO Africa from the Lagos Business School after a tour of the Dangote Petroleum Refinery in Lekki, Lagos. According to Dangote, the 650,000 capacity Dangote refinery, which he built after the government of late President Umar Yar'Adua aborted his acquisition of the government refineries, now has over 50% of its output dedicated to premium motor spirit, saying that even government refineries committed just 22% of their production to petrol. Dangote recalled how he and his team had to return the refineries to Yar'Adua a few months after former President Olusegun Obasanjo left office in 2007. According to him, the former managers of the refineries had told Yar'Adua that Obasanjo sold the facilities below their cost as a parting gift to him. Corrupt politicians using crypto wallets to launder money. EFCC chair. The chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Ola Olukoyede, has raised the alarm that some corrupt Nigerian politicians are now hiding their illicit wealth in cryptocurrencies to evade scrutiny and detection by anti-graft agencies. The EFCC boss said the agency had uncovered a growing trend where fraudulent public officials now use cryptocurrency wallets to stash stolen public funds and conduct illicit transactions. Olukoyede made the revelation on Thursday at an event commemorating Africa Anti-Corruption Day. The event was held simultaneously in Abuja, Lagos, and Ibadan, Oyo State. Stop enriching discos with public funds, Senate tells FG. The Senate has called on the federal government to rethink its approach to the power sector by ending the indirect enrichment of private electricity distribution companies with public funds. The chairman Senate Committee on the Environment, Senator Yunus Abiodun Akintunde, disclosed this at the plenary on Thursday. Speaking on the floor of the Senate, the lawmaker decried the current practice where government funds are being used to purchase electricity transformers for communities, only for the assets to be taken over by the schools. Customs foil donkey genital smuggling, intercept 40-feet container. Operatives of the Nigerian Customs Service have intercepted a 40-foot container loaded with donkey genitals along the Kaduna-Abuja Expressway, the service said on Thursday. The interception, suspected to be destined for illegal exports, was uncovered on Friday, June 5, 2025, at about 9 p.m. following a coordinated surveillance operation by officers of the Special Wildlife Office and Customs Intelligence Unit. The Controller General of Customs, Adewale Adeniyi, disclosed this at a press briefing in Abuja on Thursday. The CG, who was represented by the National Public Relations Officer of the service, Abdullahi Maiwada, described the seizure as part of the service's intensified efforts to clamp down on illegal wildlife trade in Nigeria. He said the interception highlights the growing involvement of transnational criminal networks in the exploitation of endangered species for illicit profits. Sports. Bundesliga, EA Sports, Okocha concludes 8-week training for Nigerian kids. The German Bundesliga, in collaboration EA Sports, recently concluded an impactful 8-week football program titled Bundesliga EA Clinic at the Bundesliga Common Ground facility in Ijokoro, a suburb of Lagos. The initiative aimed not only to develop children's football skills, but also to promote personal growth, character building, and life skill on and off the football pitch. Throughout the program, the children engaged in various training sessions and workshops focused on essential values such as teamwork, perseverance, self-confidence, creativity, responsibility, respect, and fair play, discipline, and goal setting. A key highlight of the closing ceremony held in Lagos was the display of the Bundesliga Meisterschale Championship Shield, which served as powerful motivation for the participating children. Entertainment. Police summon Iyabo Ojo over alleged cyberbullying. Actress Iyabo Ojo has addressed the recent controversy surrounding her involvement in the investigation in the death of late musician Mohbad. Ojo, in a lengthy post on Instagram, clarified that her earlier comments were misinterpreted and emphasized that she never accused anyone specifically of being responsible for Mohbad's death. She said she was advocating for a thorough investigation and justice. Iyabo Ojo detailed her efforts to push for an investigation, including writing letters to authorities such as the Governor, Attorney General, and Commissioner of Police, and meeting with officials to discuss the need for a comprehensive probe. According to her, she has faced severe backlash, including threats to her life and public vilification. Recap of the major headlines. Visa restriction. Federal government rejects United States claim on reciprocity. Okpebolo. Supreme Court verdict victory for Edo. NNPC refineries may never work again. Dangote. Corrupt politicians using crypto wallets to launder money. EFCC chair. Sports. Bundesliga, EA Sports, Okocha concludes 8-week training for Nigerian kids. Entertainment. Police summon Iyabo Ojo over alleged cyberbullying. Special thanks to the news producer Olanireti. Thanks for watching. I am Olanireti Ololade. Have a lovely Friday. God bless Ifako.